And hello, welcome back to the Pitch Hour. I am your host, Kurt, and with me today I have my good friend Ryan.
Hello.
And we got some good pitches for you, or at the very least, I hope they're good.
Mhm.
Ryan, why don't you start us out first?
Well, Chart, as far as I'm aware, yours is bigger than mine. Well, at least in terms of pitches. So I will just kind of brush through mine. Plus, I don't really have much to say, anywho. But anywho, we're going to go into the Batman 2, Night of the Owls. As this seeks to imply, this is a sequel to the Matt Reeves production, The Batman, Robert Pattinson, keeping all the cast. Um, and like I said, there's not really much here. It's not because I promise you, it's not because I rushed it together this time. I have been thinking about it and jotting things down. It's just I don't have much here. So we're starting off in the middle of year 4 of the Gotham project. Dick Grayson is established, but he's not really utilized. He's basically the guy in the chair. He's also, I want to say he's like 17 by now. Um,
Alright.
Batman has been training him, but he doesn't think he's ready, and this is mostly out of fear of like what might happen to him. And Batman doesn't know if he trusts himself to let out a kid into the real world with the dark crimes that they deal with now. Uh, Batman's also been taking some venom or Titan, whichever name of the drug you want to use. They're the same thing, right? Venom and Titan.
Um, no, Titan is just like a more it's a thing from the Arkham games.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like a
I want to say
is
it's
like a
like a more
more
concentrated. It's a more concentrated version of Venom that's like mixed with like a bunch of other shit. So that
okay.
way, it's a one dose sort of deal instead of the and you got to keep taking it with Venom.
Okay. Well, then he's using Venom. More often than he should, really. Um, and he's taken on a lot with the crime in Gotham as well. We have more villains running rampant. Um, we have the Penguin in power now as far as crime. Gotham's like mobsters or whatever. Selina is also back, but she has her own agenda. And she doesn't hate Batman, and she actually still has feelings for him, but she's conflicted with them. She knows that they have different beliefs, and she just tries to stay away because it's easier for her to ghost than it would be to communicate. And that's kind of her own thing that she needs to deal with.
All right.
Um, Bruce has crafted his public persona, but he's having trouble keeping up with it. Um, that's really all I got as far as that. Um, Lincoln March enters the political race for midterm elections. Maybe we do get like that ballroom scene with the two of them interacting. Maybe Bella Real is there or something. But Lincoln March is killed. Um, Bullock is in the circle now and shows Batman March's body. There's DNA left over under his middle fingernail, and it matches Dick Grayson's, which makes Batman more paranoid. Uh, from there, we just do a combination of Batman Venom, Court of Owls, and the Night of the Owls. The title implies. Uh,
All right. Yeah.
when Bruce, when and like, if you've read those stories, you know what happens. I don't want to waste your time trying to explain all of the stuff that happens in them. Um, just what I have in my notes here is like when Bruce goes down, like goes through the labyrinth, like that's when he's going through withdrawal. And so he has to like muster all the strength he has to physically beat the talent. And after that, we do get like I would say it's a newly classic scene. Would you say, Kurt, the newly classic scene of like whenever Batman like which slaps Robin or Nightwing.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
So we
Um, yeah, I'd say it's a pretty good it's a good scene there, yeah.
yeah, well, we get that scene, um, and this is also when Batman decides, you know what, maybe it's time that Dick does actually come to the light, that he actually does get to suit up
Mhm.
because the Night of the Owls is upon them and he needs all hands on deck. Um, Batman has gone through withdrawal. He's still having withdrawal symptoms because you don't just go through like 24 hours and you're done. So he operates in a new suit, mostly just to keep him moving. Imagine the suit however you want to. I would say it's more akin to the new 52 suit,
Oh,
just
yeah, okay. Yeah.
but maybe with a little, just a tad less piping.
Mhm.
Um, and with this suit, he goes and tries to contact Selena. He he's prepared to beg her, but she just decides to roll with him anyhow because of how chaotic this will be. She's basically like, look, I trust you. If you say, the owls are upon us, then I believe. And I also still really like you. This will give me an excuse to spend and to try and let bygones be bygones.
Oh, yeah.
Um, we get a scene where, okay, so are you a fan of? Have you ever watched Unbreakable, the M Night Shyamalan movie, Bruce
I
Willis?
have not.
Okay, well, I don't want to spoil it. I'll just say that there is a scene where um there's a scene where David Dunn is being told by another character how real life is not like a comic book, and that there are real things that happen and they're very scary. It's not really like a talking down to, it's more like a, hey, I just want to tell you this isn't going to be fun. This is going to be really tough and you might have nightmares. I want to, and I'm picturing the scene when Dick is suiting up for the first time and he's about to actually go out on his first crime fighting mission. That that's kind of what Bruce tells him. He's not like, this isn't gonna be fun. He's just like, hey, I'm telling you this because I care about you. I just basically like last chance, before we actually go do this. Um, if that makes any sense.
Mhm.
Uh, and yeah, the rest of it just kind of plays out like Night of the Owls. We get to see Catwoman, Batman, and Robin fight together against these Talon dudes. Um, maybe we get to see the scene with the Hellbat armor.
Well,
Or
it's a classic. That is, in fact, a certified classic.
yes, yes, it is. Get the hell out of my house. That's so fun. Love that. Um, oh, and we also do get to see Lincoln Marsh become Owlman and fight Batman and all that stuff. I it my the way I wanted to structure this is basically assuming that the Batman 2, whenever it inevitably comes out, will also be 3 hours long. So
Mhm.
with that in mind, it's a lot easier to kind of do Venom, Court of Owls, and Night of the Owls, like as one movie, or taking inspiration from those and making it one. And we'll say that the actual Night of the Owls thing could be like the last half hour.
Alright, yeah.
But that's about all I got really. Uh, and that fun stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, you know, I see some people saying, "Oh, they should do like Dark Victory." It's like, do they have to? They really
well, I mean,
necessary?
that was the sequel to Long Halloween, which was a
I
massive
understand.
inspiration for the Batman. So I could see them doing that.
Yeah, like I get that. I totally get that. I just like the idea of a like Dick Grayson is established, but he's not really Robin yet, and this is the movie where he becomes Robin, or maybe he is Robin, and and they get to do detective work together. I'm cool with either one. I
Mhm.
also I don't really fan cast. I know I didn't fan cast in the last pitching hour episode, but I do have one person in mind, um, at least as of this recording, and that's Alex Garfin. Who, if you don't know Alex Garfin, he plays Jordan, Superman and Lois.
Ah, yes, yes, yes.
He is such a fantastic actor for his age, and yeah, I would love to see him as Robin. I know the kid is a Superman fan, and I would bet a dollar that he is also a Batman.
Mhm.
I'm sure he would jump at the chance to play Robin. I was also thinking Timothy Chalamet, but his time for Robin has come and gone. He is he's now headlining Dune. Like, no, he is an adult. He cannot be Robin.
All right,
However,
yeah.
Alex Garfin is 18 years old as of this recording. So I'd like to see him as Robin.
All right,
Anyway,
yeah. Yeah, no,
that
that would be
aside,
yeah. All right, yeah, no, that was yeah.
that's all I got. That's all I got for the Batman too. I know it's not really like big or expansive, but I feel like it once I say what stories I'm using, I feel like it kind of speaks for itself from there. And
It does.
really, it really does. Like the Venom stuff is just kind of like an addition, you know,
Mhm.
and it's only just posterity's sake with, you know, him using Venom in the Batman.
All right, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I feel like that should be followed up. And
Well, I
why
mean,
not?
that wasn't really Venom. That was just adrenaline.
But it was green.
Yeah, so is adrenaline, I think.
It was green though. I feel like I just feel like if it wasn't a green capsule, then we wouldn't be talking about it. I feel like it was intentionally put there with Matt Reeves being a
I think
Batman
if it
comic.
wasn't Batman, we wouldn't be. If it wasn't Batman related,
That's fair. I also just think Matt Reeves, like he is a Batman comic book nerd. So
well,
he's like,
like, yeah,
he is the Sam Raimi equivalent to Batman.
yeah. But I feel like since he hasn't said it's Venom, which he's talked a lot about other shit from that movie,
Right.
it's probably not Venom.
Oh. Or maybe it is Venom. Maybe he's intentionally like, nope. I don't know. Whatever. Either way.
Yeah, yeah.
You
All
have
right.
a Batman pitch, as far as I'm aware.
Yes, yes.
Or
Let me tell y'all a story. Let me tell y'all a story. So I
all
started
about
working on a
how
pitch.
you're
I started working on a pitch for this episode literally the night before
Mhm.
we recorded the last one. The night
Okay.
I think it was the night before we recorded the original recording that you will never see because I fucked up the audio on that, and Ryan wanted to add some extra shit, so we
Yes.
decided to record it. Um, I had spent like 3 weeks working on this next pitch, and it's 15 pages and like
That's a lot of pages.
a couple thousand words, and just like fucking paragraphs and paragraphs of shit. And I opened like fucking 30 tabs on Chrome. When I got my new computer, those tabs are going back open. because this is not that pitch. I'm blue balling all of you.
Goddamn Kurt blue balling all of us.
You will feel what I feel.
Oh no. Oh.
So instead, I decided I'll save that for another day when I really feel like pitching an anime. Um,
Mm,
Instead, I want to pitch Batman because I wanted to do some Batman shit,
there
and
you
also because I
go.
knew Ryan was going to do a Batman sequel pitch.
Yes. Yes. Dueling
Um,
Batman.
yep. So starting this off, Batman and Robin, Caped Crusaders. Uh,
Ooh.
yeah. The Ryan, this is why I said that's what we would call the title is Batman 2: The Caped Crusaders, which because I've said it is now the title of this episode.
Oh. All right. All right. Not Batman versus Batman. Not
No,
Batman squared.
Batman Cubed.
Batman. What? Why?
I don't know. Anyway, uh,
Oh,
basis
oh,
on
is it Batman? Is it Batman cubed? Because my pitch has one Batman, but your pitch has two Batmen. Are you
possi
adapting? Are you adapting Tom King's Batman versus Flashpoint Batman?
fuck no. Uh,
We
no.
love you, Tom King. Love you, Tom King.
No.
It's not your Batman.
No. Oh god. Okay. So basics on this. It's Batman and Robin doing stuff in Gotham, parentheses, usually. Um,
Okay.
Batman is in year 6. Dick Grayson is
Oh,
currently Robin and has been for 3 years, making him 15.
oh, wow. Okay.
General and this is a show by the way.
Mm.
Generally, we do about 21 to 23 episodes per season. Um, we would have overarching villains throughout the entire show, which would be the mobs and the gangs of Gotham. Um, and yeah, so starting us off. By the way, should note, 15 seasons I have planned.
Oh, wow. Very
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. You'll kind of see why.
Now,
Starting this
now, quick.
off. Oh yeah, go for it.
I'm sorry, not to interrupt. Quick question.
Yes.
Now, you may have just said this and it just slipped by. Is this live action, animated,
Um, I would like to do live
audio?
action. I would like to do a live action thing, bring some live action Batman dignity back in that's been missing for a number of years. Fucking goddamn it, Adam West. And
Hey, 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 hey.
Batwoman not being allowed to use Batman at all.
And having her own Joker. Well, isn't Michael Keaton in Batwoman?
No, Kevin Conroy is. He was in an
Oh,
episode of
that's right.
Batwoman for uh season season 1 in the crossover for Crisis.
I know, but I thought uh, Matt from Comic Multiverse said that there was set photos of Michael Keaton in the Batman suit on the set of Batwoman.
No, Kevin Conroy was no, it was no, that's not for Batwoman, that's for Batgirl. The Batgirl show or movie.
Oh, that is nuts. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. All right,
Yeah,
all right.
no. Yeah. No, so anyway, yeah. So general thing, for
Mhm.
every episode we do a Two-Face. We would do 2 episodes of guys like the Terrible Trio and the Cavalier.
Oh, oh, okay,
We do like, we give you like your big like A-lister, and then we're going down to like D to Z list villains.
okay.
And that would just be like a general thing. We do at least like 2 team ups per season. Also I also side note, Part of this also hinges on an idea that there would be 3 other concurrent shows going on, one for Superman, one for Wonder Woman, and one that would be an anthology show.
Okay.
Uh, so yeah, it's for the first season, obviously, we would do a team up of with, Superman and with Wonder Woman because, Trinity, but also they also have, good relations with everybody. Um, One episode idea I have is that we would do for the first season would be, the an adaptation of the Haunted Knight story, Madness, where Barbara Gordon is kidnapped by the Mad Hatter on Halloween.
Oh, okay.
Um, and we would end the season with Joker breaking out of Arkham. This would be the second breakout he's ever had from Arkham. So this is like maybe the third time they've ever fought. Um,
Mhm.
and he's now working with Harley Quinn.
Ah, okay.
That's really all I got for season one. Season two would just kind of be more of the same. We would build between the relationship of Dick Gordon and Barbara, or Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon.
Okay.
We would introduce the Order of Saint Dumas, and we would
Okay.
have an episode with uh Supergirl Kara Zor-El teaming up with Dick Grayson.
Okay. Now, how old would Kara be at this point?
She would be about the same, maybe a year
Oh,
younger.
oh, wow. So she would be like 15, 16 years old?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah. No, and then we get into season three. We would do an episode with Talia and Batman fighting the Order of Saint Dumas. Barbara Gordon would become Batgirl, and we would end the season with Dick going off to college.
Okay.
Season four, we start to do a strained relationship between Bruce and Dick. Um,
Yeah,
just
as well as Dick Grayson.
start showing the start showing the strains in their relationship. Um, and then we'd obviously do Ra's al Ghul from the Dennis O'Neill Neil Adams run. That's why I did tell you in season three. Build up to that.
I'm I mean, yeah. There we go.
Um, yeah, and then that's really all I got for season four. Season five. Uh, Season finale would end with Bruce bringing in Barbara Gordon into the fold, and Dick Grayson would quit being Robin at the end of the episode, or at the end of the season.
Oh, shit.
Season six. We start 3 months after the end of the last season. Uh, Around the halfway point of the season, we would do Killing Joke, but
Oh.
better.
Well, yeah, Killing Joke, but
You
not
know,
the animated movie.
not the animated movie, but also not the comic. In that, like, we actually give Batgirl some her own agency in the story.
Yes. Okay.
Um,
How so?
well, like, not just making her out to be a victim, not fridging her, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Gotcha.
yep. Um, and because it's a show, we wouldn't just drop her immediately. We would still have her there.
Right.
Um, During the latter half of the season, Dick Grayson would return to Gotham, but only sees Alfred and Barbara. He's not back in any other capacity. Um, we'd introduce Huntress in the season, and near the end of the season, Bruce takes in Jason Todd.
Oh.
So season seven would be showing Jason's downfall. We would introduce Azrael Jean Paul Valley, and he would break away from the Order of Saint Dumas. Um, Dick Grayson would come back permanently as Nightwing.
Mhm.
Um, and the whole thing would be that Nightwing is getting help from somebody named Oracle. And in the last episodes, we'd have her revealed as Barbara,
Mm.
probably bringing her back into the fold. Um, and then obviously, we'd end the season with a death in the family.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Season eight. We do about 7 episodes of Batman on his own, and over these 7, he's slowly acting more brutal to criminals. Um,
Mm.
and as this is going on, he's being watched by somebody who says Batman needs somebody help from somebody else. Episode 8, we'd introduce or not Dick Grayson. We'd introduce Tim Drake, who would be 14 and would become Robin in like a semi-unofficial capacity at the end of episode 9, meaning that he's Robin, but now he begins training, and he would go out as Robin properly around episode 13 of the season. Um, Jean Paul Valley would return and be given a room in Wayne Manor. We do an episode with Clue Master and introduce Stephanie Brown.
Oh,
Now, only introduce her. I should break, just keeping it there. She's introduced, but that is it.
gotcha.
Um,
Okay.
during one of the early 7 episodes, Batman would fight Bane in a one-off fight.
Okay.
We would end the season with massive breakouts from both Arkham and Blackgate Prison.
Hmm.
Season 9, we start 3 months after the breakout with Batman, Robin, and Nightwing working around the clock and rounding up the escaped inmates from Arkham and Blackgate. Um, throughout the first third, we basically see Batman has been running ragged and it's like slowly getting sicker as the season progresses, till we get to the episode that would be the 1/3 mark, which would just be a nonstop fight between the sick and unwell Batman and Bane properly
Mm.
returning and breaking Batman's back.
Mm.
So this middle, and then the middle third would be kind of the rest of Nightfall. Um, Jean Paul Valley becomes Batman while Bruce goes to fix his back, ending with Bruce coming back and taking the mantle back. Um, while Bruce is away, Tim stop just leaves Jean Paul on his own and starts working with Stephanie Brown, who has now become Spoiler.
Nice.
Um, Bane would just straight up leave the city after defeating Batman, viewing his work as over. Just because, like, he came to beat Batman, and he did. He has no need of the city.
Hmm.
Um, and so, uh, just after the 2/3 mark, Bruce comes back and retakes the Batman mantle. For the final episodes, we do Cataclysm and its aftermath. Um, Gotham is hit by a 7.6 earthquake, damaging most of the city. And over the course of days, the city is semi-stabilized, while various core uh, corporations start pulling out of the city, leading to the government declaring it a no man's land and giving the people just a few hours to leave. The season ends with the people who've left and the people staying behind watching as the bridges are destroyed.
Mm.
Season 10, I literally just have one note, which is 3 words: no man's land.
Ah,
Season
very.
11, we do a bunch of like the new Gotham stories from like the early 2000s there. We do Officer Dan, where Commissioner Gordon is shot and injured, which leads to his retirement. Um, a new commissioner, James Ackerson, is appointed, or James Akers. Um, shortly thereafter, Bruce Wayne is accused of murdering a reporter named Vesper Fairchild, and we would do the stories Bruce Wayne Murder and Bruce Wayne Fugitive. We
Mhm.
would finally also get the rematch between Batman and Bane, ending with Batman cutting Bane's venom tube and is beaten. Uh,
Mhm.
adapt Hush into 3 episodes, and here's kind of the fun one. Um,
Okay.
Tim's father, because we would build this whole thing. The show would basically mostly be about the relationships between like parents and the way that works with Bruce and all the others. And the thing would be with like Tim still has his parents around because he's not an orphan. He's just kind of a rich kid.
Right.
Um, so we would kind of put a bit at the end of the season where Tim's father learns of his being Robin and forces him to quit, with Stephanie Brown becoming the new Robin for a few episodes till she's fired.
Hmm.
We then end the season with War Games, meaning Batman is out
Oh
with
shit.
both. Batman is out with the GCPD, and Black Mask returns and gains control over the city's street crime. Um,
Okay.
I just have one note for season 12. I didn't come up with a lot for this season. Um, Under the Red Hood and War Crimes.
Okay.
Those wouldn't be the whole season. There would be more to it than that, but we would probably have Gorn come in. We would oust Ackerson or Akers, something. I don't know how to say his name. Um,
Jensen Ackles.
yes, and yeah. So season 13, we'd introduce Damien. We would
Okay.
kill We would kill Bruce Wayne around the 2/3 mark. We would do Battle for the Cowl, and we would end the season with Tim Drake becoming Red Robin, Damien becoming the new Robin, and Dick Grayson fully taking up the Batman mantle, which
Okay.
then leads us into season 14. Dick Grayson doing the Batman stuff. And then we would end the season with Bruce coming back. And season 15, it would just be Peter Tomasi's Batman and Robin run. Probably a few other things.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. That's a show I'd love to watch.
Yeah, and they would never let me do it because why the fuck would you let me do a 15 season Batman show?
I mean, if it, I'm sure if it's animated, they're like, ah, as long as it does well on HBO Max.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but nice, nice. So there you have it, folks. You got two very different Batman pitches.
Yeah. Uh I hope y'all have enjoyed this episode and join us again whenever we end up doing the next episode. We were going to try to do these in like 3-week intervals, but that surprisingly fell apart really fast.
I mean, yeah, life gets in the way. Life gets in the way.
Life's like a
Something's in the
crazy bag
way.
of marbles.
Some something's in the way.
It's one big crazy bag of marbles. You got your blue
Yes,
marbles, your red marbles, your half transparent marbles with the fun swirl in them,
there you go.
and some of them end up being even more rare. You think it's going to be limited edition with king design, but then it turns out to be the equally limited but much more surprising female king design. Some argue that would be even better. I argue that's anxiety inducing.